Hi, boys and girls. Today we'll be reading a new story from the On Strike series. Can you guess what it will be about? Yes, that's right. Crayons on Strike. So let's go ahead and get started and find out what happens in this very cute story. Crayons on Strike by Jennifer Jones. Of all the writing tools that are in the classroom hutch, we are the most colorful, but we are not thought of very much. We are used a lot, but sometimes we're used in all the wrong ways. We're ground down to wax bits and mistreated on many days. Some children don't think twice when they reach out for red. They hold him with their fingers and snap him on his head. Or when they twirl Violet, ripping her paper off all around, Violet loses her protective wrap when her label ends up on the ground. But Blue may have the worst of it because often he's broken apart into tiny bits. He's sprinkled across the chair on which everyone sits. Can you imagine what it feels like to be sat on, crushed, or smushed? To be treated in a way that is hurtful and unjust? The worst was when we were left out in the windows by the sun. We were forgotten about in the heat until the day was done. We melted until our colors ran and we began to drip. But then we were thrown out because we no longer had a tip. That's right. The dullest of the crayons were tossed quickly in the trash. Unless, of course, the kids had other plans, like to break us into a mash. Magenta was always crumbled, his tiny pieces all over the desk. This was no way to use as crayons. It was simply just a mess. Well, one day Yellow had had enough and said, "We won't stand for this any more. Come on, crayons, let's go on strike. Let's go behind the closet door." The children were at lunch, so we had to swiftly act. They would return from the cafeteria and find us missing from the class. So we headed that way, leaving color streaks on the floor. The children could no longer abuse us. We would not stand for this any more. Sure, they would see the colors leading to our hiding spot, but we would not tolerate it any longer. No, we decided we would not. The kids returned from lunch and were assigned a coloring task. "Which colors will you use?" the teacher asked the class. The students had to draw their families using as many colors as they could find. Each was given a blank sheet with nothing, not even dots or lines. They searched around their tables, but we were nowhere to be found. Then one student followed the colored lines that left a trail on the ground. "Crayons, come out! We need you!" the boy declared to Brown. "We're on strike," Brown told him. "Until we get respect, coloring is closed down." The boy called a class meeting. "Let's tell them what we'll do to show them respect and take care of them too." "Please come back, crayons. Please come back to stay. We've learned our lesson. Let's start a new day. We'll make our classroom a total respectful zone. We'll treat our tools with care so you will feel right at home. In our supply boxes, we'll tuck you neatly away so that you will always be there and we'll have you each day. Then we can complete our work and it won't be a chore. We'll respect our tools. We've learned our lesson and more." We were so delighted about the respect and communication, we retreated from that day on with much love and affection. We helped the children with their projects, just like we always do. In the end, they marveled at all the colors, and we were proud of their artwork too. The end. All right. I hope you enjoyed Crayons on Strike, and I'll see you next time.